Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a special guest, Logan, on our show to talk about the safety of sports.
So, Logan, how safe would you say sports are today?
Well, that very much depends on the sport and players. Although sports have had many equipment advances with safety in mind, the equipment doesn't always keep you safe.
What do you mean?
If someone who is twice your size is in a full sprint heading towards you, it's gonna feel like you're getting hit by a freight train. No amount of protection is gonna prevent you from being hurt.
That's a good point. And that leads me to my next question. Do you think injuries in sports have gotten worse?
There is no definite answer to this question. Sports have progressed in rules, equipment, training, and almost every aspect. Equipment keeps the players safe, but increases their confidence, believed to create just as much danger. The pursuit of players becoming bigger, faster, and stronger can lead to many injuries across many sports, although some are less effective.
Is the player's athletic progression the sole reason for this trend of injuries that we're seeing?
It is not. One of the most common injuries we are starting to see in these younger generations is overuse. Specialization in a sport causes small injuries in certain body parts and muscles. Kids nowadays are starting to lean more towards the focus on one sport, whereas older generations, kids lean more towards seasonal sports. Take baseball, for example. If a pitcher focuses on pitching aspect of the game year-round, this can lead to pain and injury in the shoulder.
Is there a way to prevent overuse injuries?
A great way is to take rest days and use different muscles. According to Dr. Jones, general guidelines to avoid overuse injuries are limiting overall weekly and yearly sports participation time, staying away from repetitive movement, and providing scheduled rest periods. Taking a break from using these muscles can provide your body with adequate time to recover without the risk of injury. As long as you use proper form and equipment, along with keeping your health up, overuse injuries should be rare.
What about the players that don't want to give up all their training days to rest?
This is very common among specialized players. The best thing to do would be to inform them of the risks of not taking rest days, and also the benefits of taking them. Not properly resting can lead to long-term injuries, which is not ideal for these players. Rest days can only help these players, reducing the risk of injuries and also increasing mental and physical strength. Rest days do not have to mean the players take the day off. There are always alternatives for them, such as stretching or even yoga, if that is what they are interested in.
What about the advances in sports equipment?
Every sport has made advancements to its equipment. Let's look at football, for example. The helmets used today are much different from the ones used many years ago. They used to be a padded piece of leather for a helmet. That did not provide very much protection, and as the game became more aggressive, concussions became a very popular injury, and that was not good. So, people have found a way to make more protective helmets, which is what we use today.
What about a sport like track or soccer? The only equipment that's really used is cleats.
Well, cleats have come a long ways too. Today there are many different types of cleats with different features. Some cleats have removable spikes, and some either have sharp or dull spikes. Cleats from the beginning of sports all looked the same and had no special features for any specific sport.
Have there been any rules in place to make sports safer?
Yes, there have been. There is a lot of physical contact in sports such as basketball. If you were to push someone, the referee will call a foul, giving the opposing team an advantage, such as ball possession or free shots on the basket.
What happens if there's a larger physical altercation?
Well, that really depends on the sport and situation. Because in hockey, you can fight another player, but in basketball, if you try to do so, the referee will stop you and kick you out of the game.
I think that's all we have time for. Thank you for answering these questions.